Okay, hey everybody, how y'all doing today? So, once again, we enter Spooky University. And today's topics are two topics. So, the first topic is the paranormal. Well, anybody that knows me and you've may have watched my rocking chair video knows that yes, I have had experiences with the paranormal. Had quite a few. So yes, I do believe in ghosts because I've seen them, and other members of my family have seen them. Yeah, had quite a few experiences. It seems to be quite common with our family. I'll give you an example with my grandmother, for example. When my grandmother was a younger woman, it was during World War I believe, and World War I or World War II. It was one of those world wars. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's no, it was World War II. Anyway, I digress and ramble. So she was asleep, and at the time, one of her brothers was in the war, and she woke up from sleeping, and all of a sudden, her brother was standing at the foot of her bed, and he waved at her, and then he disappeared. And then a while later, she got a telegram, which from the War Department, and that's never a good thing in time of war. So so they read the telegram, and her brother had been killed. And when they looked at the date, they saw that the date, or my grandmother realized that the date was the same as when he visited her. So, but she kind of knew that anyway. People don't just, he could have astral projected, but that's a whole different topic, So he came back to say goodbye. And stuff like that's happened to family, and my hometown is a very old part of North America, and has a lot of ghosts and ghost stories. So yeah, so definitely paranormal is something that I'm familiar with. But I kind of can never see myself like as a ghost hunter or something like that. Like, it's interesting. Once in a while I'll watch one of those shows, although they all, kind of get to be the same, but a lot of shows are like that. What's the show that I do like? The Dark Collector or something like that it's called, where the guy goes around collecting haunted artifacts. If anybody knows the real name of that show, post it in the comments. So second part, that's really all I got to say about that. I've talked about ghosts and things like that before, and probably will again. It's a good topic. So part 2 was about Halloween. These days I really don't celebrate Halloween. I don't go out to parties, or I don't dress up and go to a bar. I never really did that as an adult. Once in a while, if it was like a group thing. I remember some parties at friends' house. We would go there. It would be a Halloween party, and these people were really big on Halloween. They even had a Halloween tree, if you can imagine that. And then afterwards we would go to the club. And I remember I usually, because again, money was tight. This was back in Nova Scotia, money was tight, and I used to wear. I bought a costume at Walmart, and it was about the only thing that would fit me because I'm fat. So it was a Fred Flintstone costume, and pretty appropriate, I thought. So I wear this thing, right? Of course, the whole night people are asking me, "You got underwear on?" Because it's open in the bottom, sort of thing. Depending on how drunk I was, I'd be like, at the beginning, yeah, sure, I got underwear, and then later on, as the alcohol would hit, it would be like, depending on who asked, it'd be like, want to find out? I know, drunken stuff. Yeah, I mean, Halloween is still my favorite holiday, and as a kid, it was so huge. My hometown celebrated it right, and it was back in the days before these, big Halloween parties, because supposedly trick-or-treating became so dangerous, and they don't want the kids on the street and dealing with strangers, which I can understand that. If I was a parent, I might feel the same way. But it's called supervision. Take your kids out. Don't let them go by themselves. But yeah, I remember when I was a kid, and I was, believe it or not, a cute baby. I was a cute kid. Some of you have seen the pictures. And man, I'd get garbage bags. I remember one year, my grandparents telling me about it. I think it was like the first or second Halloween I went, and I was very young. And man, people just must have loved me because came back with about 2 garbage bags, like those big green garbage bags full of candy. And of course, I didn't get to eat it all. It disappeared. Probably went to the family, or I don't know where it went. But one of the things about Halloween is, yeah, the cute young kids, man, they just amass the candy. But as you get older and you're less cute, well, the candy dwindles. But I always got a good haul, and I always loved to go out. There was a few bad apples out there that were throwing rotten apples and eggs and that sort of thing. But I've never been a prankster, on and off, like once in a while when I was younger, because everybody's, kind of immature when they're younger. But that wasn't what Halloween was about for me. Halloween for me was the candy, because I love candy. So, yeah, so I couldn't wait for Halloween. You get good food at Christmas and stuff like that, but no, Halloween was the time. And it was just cool seeing everybody's costume, and I used to love to get a cool costume and go out and show off. But I think when I got to my teenage years, to me, Halloween is for the kids, and it's kind of a pet peeve of mine when I see adults go out, especially adults without kids, and they go out and trick or treat. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just me. To me, I think, again, it's something that should be just saved for the kids. Yeah, if you're taking your kids out and somebody wants to give you a treat, hey, what the heck? You mean you're going to get to share the kids' treats anyway. Everybody does. You got to check them, and as my grandparents like to do, taste test, make sure the candy was okay, make sure it was fresh, and that would drive me crazy, and I'd be like, Grandma, why are you eating my candy? So, oh yeah, so Halloween for me was a big time. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think it's okay for adults to go trick-or-treating? Does it make you crazy like it does me? I don't know why it makes me crazy, but it always did. Maybe when I was younger, because I'd be like, hey, they're taking some candy that could go to me. So, I don't know. But again, a couple great topics from Spooky University. But now I have to get back to work. Busy, busy, busy. Not getting paid, but busy, busy, busy. Anyway, hope everybody has a great day, and, play along with the tag. It's a good topic, even though now it's, Halloween's over, and again, this year I didn't do anything, and I actually was at a writing group, which I'll talk about maybe someday, and so on the way home I did see some people in costume, and didn't see any kids, just saw adults. But then I live in downtown Vancouver, so probably not a lot of kids trick or treat. Not that they do trick or treat that much these days anyway, but I'm sure if I went out in suburbia I would have saw lots of rugrats running around. So anyway, hope everybody had a great Halloween, and once again I'm going to say goodbye and get back to the many things that I'm working on, trying to keep busy while I'm unemployed, including job hunting. So that's it. Bye-bye.